Hey everybody, welcome to our free 10-day challenge, how the toxins that we eat affect our lives. I don't want to scare you guys off by using the word toxins, so don't be afraid, we're not like about to die. It's just that recently I've become really interested in the things I put into my body and how they really affect me. I've had really bad eczema all growing up and I've been prescribed steroids and medicines and all these solutions that are making my body worse. You know when you hear those ads that's like, here, this will help this, but the side effects are this, and maybe death. And I'm like, that's not something I want to be using for the rest of my life. You know, if I've learned anything on this health and fitness journey, it's that we should really be careful about what we put into our body because it is our home for the rest of our lives, and we need to treat it that way. We need to treat our body like an oasis, not a trash can. And that's kind of where the idea for this group came about. I really want to inform you guys of everything I've learned and show you how much of a difference you can make just by making a few simple changes, okay? This group is going to be 10 days. It's completely free. My goal for you guys is to give up gluten and processed sugar for 10 days. I know some of you just rolled your eyes when you heard the word give up gluten. I was one of those people. I was a server, and when someone said, I have a gluten allergy, I was like, roll my eyes, go to the back, complain about them, throw a fit. I don't have time for that, right? I'm not one of those people anymore. I do not think it's a joke, and I want you guys to realize that too. What we put into our body has a huge impact on our lives, okay? Our emotional and our physical well-being. And I'm hoping that at the end of these 10 days, you're going to believe that and understand why. So I want to take the next couple minutes and explain to you what exactly I've learned and why you should give this a try. The main thing we're going to talk about is gut health, okay? In case you don't know what your gut is, it's a long tube that goes all the way from your mouth to your butt, and it gets out, it helps you digest everything, and its main goal is to prevent foreign objects or foreign toxins, whatever it is, out of your body. So when we think of our vital organs, we don't think of our gut, but it's actually very crucial to our health, okay? The gut contains 10 times the bacteria, 10 times more bacteria than all the human cells in our body, okay? It makes up 75% of our immune system. Like, that's huge. If you're one of those people that gets sick all the time, maybe you need to evaluate yourself and figure out if your gut is healthy, because if your gut's not healthy, you aren't gonna be healthy. It's such a contributing factor, and that's what I want you guys to get out of this. So basically it breaks down into two parts. Your gut flora, which is like all the bacteria inside your gut, and then the intestinal wall, the gut wall, okay? Barrier, whatever they call it. Okay, when you have dysregulated gut flora and you have an impaired barrier to your gut wall, okay, that is when autoimmune disease happen, depression happens, and stuff like eczema and other things like that we'll get into in a minute, okay? There's a couple things that are main contributors to having bad gut health and a broken down barrier, penetrable barrier. The first is antibiotics. Antibiotics can kill off a ton of good bacteria, and it is really hard for your body to recover after that, okay? So I want you guys to know that you need to be careful and not just take antibiotics for shits and giggles. Other things like medications like birth control also have a big effect on it. So does stress. If you follow me at all, you know I'm big on self-care because one, I'm a psychology major, and two, because stress impacts our lives so greatly. The last main component is food, which is what we're gonna focus on in this group, okay? I want to throw in a little fun fact. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but something I learned in my research, that infants who were not breastfed or moms with bad gut flora, bad gut health, if they were breastfed by those moms, it has been connected to obesity, diabetes, eczema, psoriasis, depression, and a couple other things. Mind-blowing, right? It's so crazy. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you guys. So when the intestinal barrier becomes penetrable, which happens when you are eating things that are toxic to your body because your body does not need them, things such as gluten and some dairy products and sugar, but we're going to focus on the gluten and the sugar. Basically, your intestinal barrier becomes penetrable and the toxins escape into the bloodstream. Okay, this is known as leaky gut. Okay, you might not be diagnosed with that because it can present itself in many different ways. Okay, so when the toxins get released into the bloodstream, your body attacks them. Okay, and that's what causes the inflammation. Bad gut flora and impaired gut barrier, because of the toxins you're putting into your body, will make you inflamed. Okay, and this can show in so many different ways, such as eczema or heart failure. You know, when you're eating gluten and you're eating sugar, or you ingest something like BPA or arsenic, your immune system is gonna respond in crazy ways. Okay, it can become an autoimmune disease, a mental illness, autism, depression, asthma, obesity, diabetes, brain fog, like I mentioned before, eczema, heart failure, so many different things that all originate from this and don't seem to be connected, but they're so much more connected than you could even imagine. And these toxins getting into your body, yes, they affect your gut and they make you have bad gut flora and break down the barrier, but they also affect your pancreas, your kidney, your liver, and your brain. And because I'm a psych major, of course, I did want to talk a little bit about how that inflammation affects your brain. So this is kind of a whole chain thing. You eat the food, it infects your gut, the gut releases the toxins into your body and causes your body to become inflamed, and then the inflammation happens in more than one place, including your brain. So I want you guys to first off think about when you get butterflies before you go on your first date, or performance anxiety before you have a big match or race or game or whatever it is, okay? And when that happens, when you get anxious or stressed, you feel it in your stomach, right? You get a stomach ache, or you have to go to the bathroom or something like that, okay? So it works that way. It works in the sense that your anxiety affects your gut, right? But I want you to realize that it also works the opposite way, okay? So the anxiety and the stress and depression can come from your gut. See how it's all connected? No, this is like blowing my mind too, don't worry. So basically what happens when you have inflammation in your brain, it creates, the tryptophan in your brain creates an anxiety-provoking chemical instead of serotonin. What serotonin is, it's a mood stabilizer. So we want that. We want your brain to create that. But when you're inflamed, it does not create it. It creates less of it, okay? This produces a sickness syndrome, okay, which is similar to depression, okay? It makes you lethargic, have poor sleep, decreased libido, learning, social activity, mobility, all this stuff. And it makes you depressed. Literally, the food you are eating can affect your mental state. And I want you guys to realize this, no matter how crazy it sounds. You know, you don't think of it like that. You think about eating and fueling yourself, having, you know, enough energy to work out, or, you know, not being hungry or not being thirsty or weight gain, stuff like that. You don't necessarily think of it as affecting your mood, affecting your energy, affecting your brain, and it does. So there are three main things that help you get your gut health back on track, okay? The first is exercise. You know, I'm a supporter of that. The best kind of exercise to help this is actually HIIT exercises, so high intensity interval training, which is basically it's debated what's best. So some people will do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds all out as much as you can, and then 30 seconds just resting, recovering, and then you do that at least 8 times through. So for example, if you've done an insanity workout or something like that, it is very much high intensity interval training, you get rests in between, and then you get your heart rate back up and then you go back down. That is recommended as the best kind of exercise, but exercise in general will help to restore your gut health, okay? Also, meditation. I personally am bad at meditation and yoga. I try to work on it, but it is a very big stress reliever, and like I said at the beginning, stress is a main factor that contributes to gut health. The one we're going to focus on is diet, okay? So like I said, I'm going to challenge you guys to go 10 days without gluten and processed sugar, added sugar, okay? You can do this. I promise it's not as hard as you think, and you are going to feel so great. You're going to notice the difference, but not if you don't stick to it. If you splurge in the middle and have an entire bowl of gluten-filled pasta, gluten-free pasta is delicious, by the way, or a big freaking bowl of ice cream and whatever with a waffle cone, that's going to defeat the purpose. So I really urge you guys to just give this 10 days. I made it so it's only over one weekend. I'm going to provide you with so many recipes that are going to be delicious. They're going to be kid approved. They're going to be family approved. They're going to be something that is easy for you to fit into your life even though you're busy. Maybe I'll throw some like party snacks in there in case you got like a barbecue to go to or something. And we are going to see how much better you feel. And hopefully you get on this train with me that you want to treat your body amazing because you want it to help you feel amazing. So there's a couple questions in this post. I want you guys to rate a couple different things like your energy and your mood and your sleep. And then at the very end of the 10 days, we're going to re-rate them and see how much of a difference this actually made. So I'm so excited to have you guys all in here. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. I'm so excited for you guys to do this with me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.